Hello, this is Roy Sheneman from Tier 1 Coaching and Training. I want to invite you to look at our page at tier1coaching.org. And also, we're here today to continue on our series called Interviews Made Easy. And here's last time when we met, we talked about our first point of making ourselves an obvious fit for a job. I reminded you that in my 20 years as leadership in the HR function within various companies, I have had the privilege and opportunity to help many people gain employment. And some things I noticed, number one, when you apply online, increasingly with companies, all things are done online now. And the applications are rarely in paper, and that's good for everybody involved. However, here's the issue. You need to remember that often the first person to read your application is not a person. It's actually a computer. It's a program that's looking for keywords. So last time we talked about the need to make sure that you sprinkle your resume and sprinkle your application with keywords that were put in the actual job advertisement so that you would know exactly that you are a fit. And in fact, your future employer, could see you as fitting that job and hopefully get past that computer and be able to see you by a real person who might actually then be able to recommend you for a job interview with a hiring manager in that particular company. So that's really important. So today we want to take it a little bit further and we talk about this. The most important thing is don't just let your application be the only contact with that company. So what do I mean by that? Well, after you apply, it's often important, it's very important that you do some research on the company. Go to their company website. Look at their products that they offer. Look at the areas that they service. Look at some of their history. Maybe even they may even list some of their key clients that they work with. And you want to make sure that you are doing your research. Along the way, ask around and see if you can find some people who work for that company or even people who used to work for that company. Here's the deal. They can give you key information on key players in the business, who the hiring managers might be, who the different personnel within it, who the CEO is, for example, who various managers are, some key employees along the way that can be of use to you in helping you to make connections. The whole opportunity here is to build bridges. You want to make sure that you're going out of your way to try to get to know people and in turn make yourself known. Because here's the thing. The hiring manager that's going to be doing the hiring is actually a person just like you. And that person, whoever he or she may be, is going to be looking for people who they feel they can count on. And so if you can figure out a way to know somebody who knows somebody, so to speak, and get referred by those individuals to this hiring manager, there's a good chance that your name might go to the top of the pile. If for no other reason, then it's somebody who is known, or at least they feel like they know something about you. And that makes you more valuable. That makes you more likely to get that interview. So, two things. Apply. Make sure you apply. Make sure you fulfill all the requirements, submitting resumes, letters of recommendation, whatever it is that they require in their application process. Make sure you've done them all. Because if you don't do them all, you're going to be thrown at the bottom of the heap. And I likely never to see the inside of an interview room. The other thing is after you interview, don't just let that application be the only thing they see. Your resume may be wonderful, it may look fantastic, but understand that they're likely to see dozens of resumes that all look pretty good. And it's going to be hard, just based on a piece of paper, to make yourself look better. So that's the point of making personal connections. Make that connection with a friend who may know somebody. You know the old saying that we're all 6 steps away from knowing Kevin Bacon. Well, here's the thing. We're 6 steps away likely of knowing somebody who knows somebody who worked at that company that you're trying to get into. And if we are able to make that research, ask our friends to ask their friends and to make those kind of introductions and get to know them, get to know the information about the company, do research, get online, look at their offerings, look at the area they serve, identify who the key players are, the officers of the company, what have you. You want to make sure that when you do get that interview, you shine and you actually come across as somebody who cares enough to do the homework necessary to become of value to that company. That's our tip for the day. Thank you so much again. And then again, this is Roy Sheneman from Tier 1 Coaching and Training, and I invite you to look at our page at tier1coaching.org and or at the page here with Interviews Made Easy. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to our next installment as we figure out ways to help you make your interviewing process as easy and as successful as absolutely possible. Thank you, and have a great day.